Okay, we are going to be talking about quantum growth, but before I'm going to show you something really cool. You see it right now, this is my screen. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a search in Google search for inspirational quotes. Let's go to one. Well, Forbes magazine. Okay, I like the Forbes magazine. I see. Oh, there is an advertisement there. I didn't like that. Let's see what they have there. Okay, here let's have Albert Einstein here. I like this one. You see these guys strive not for to be a success, but rather to be of value. Oh, I love that one. Okay. All right. I just post this Albert Einstein here. We are going to see at the end of the call how many people actually respond, liking it or something. I'm just curious. But anyway, okay, I'm posting it. Okay, now let's start the webinar. You're saying George is going crazy. Well, yeah, sometimes people think that. Anyway, we are going to talk about quantum growth. Last week, we talked about how you never will run out of leads. That's what we did last week. This week, we are going to talk about how to go a strong quantum growth. I'm really excited about this. This is something that myself I'm doing. But before I start, let me repeat this disclaimer that you have seen many times. This is a training. I will show you some income projections. The results you are based on your efforts, not typical results. Nothing happens if you do nothing. This is called network marketing. Network. If you don't work, you don't need it. If you're looking for free lunch, you are in the wrong place. Complainers, people looking for us to build your business, etc. Please do not continue. Results are of personal responsibility, not ours, or your personal responsibility, not ours. I think I'm really clear. You know what is funny? People get into this business, and you see numbers, census. I'm going to leave down the screen. And they're expecting to have everything easy without doing anything, when in reality, this is a multi-million-dollar business, and like any business, it requires a learning curve, although the difference is that this business is really simple. And I love what Lynn Haggerty says, simple to do, but simple not to do. Okay, we're going to talk about numbers first. This is the census. This is interesting. About 6.5% of the individuals in the U.S. earn about $100,000 per year. 1/3 of them, or around 2.3%, earn over $200,000 per year. Now, if you keep going in the income, obviously those numbers are going to get smaller. And there is a reason I have it here. The reason, you probably hear all the time that they say that only 3% of the people retire financially independent. And I got these numbers because I was really curious about how the numbers stash today. Now, 18.5% of the people earn between $50,000 and $99,000 per year. This is a full-time income, and you will believe that's where most people is. And you add 18.5 plus 6.5, it's only about 25%. Really, the majority of people is under that 75% because it's under the $50,000. Now, if you want to be in the 18.5% of people who earn between $50,000 and $99,000 a year, this is a full-time income and a good full-time income. You must be an active 2-star golden circle doing between 20 to 39 cycles per week. Now, look at this, guys. 2-star golden circle is only about 20 cycles a week, between 20 and 39. Guys, this is amazing. My question is, imagine if you treated this as a business and you really do what I'm going to tell you in a few minutes to do. You can get to 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, or even higher. But already as a 2-star golden circle, you can be in the top 18.5% as a matter of fact. You can be in the actually 39 cycles, but you're already in the 6.5%. Now, if you want to be in the 6.5% of individuals in the U.S. who earn over $100,000 per year, you must be an active 3-star golden circle. This is around 40 cycles. Actually, it's 39 cycles. But guys, this is residual income. In other words, you go to work for a while, you take hours, and then you build an income, and then become residual. This is much better than a job. Even if you have to work like crazy for 2 hours a day for the next year, 12 months, when you create this income, it's way better than a job. You're making $100,000 per year in a job, or you're making $100,000 per year working for your home. What do you think is better? Now let's talk about the 2.5%. It's a 4-star circle, a golden circle and up, a minimum of 75 cycles per week. Again, imagine that you, for a year or two, you go really strong, create a $200,000 per year income. See what could happen. Now, everything is numbers. If you share the Isagenix story with 2 people per day, 5 days a week, for a total of 40 per month, you could sponsor between 4 to 8 people per month. These are the rule of thumb, between 10 to 20%. This means that you will need between 5 to 10 months to sponsor 40 people. Now, when I say 40 people, when you sponsor 40 people seems to be the break, and by the way, you have to do it in a short time to find the leaders that are going to build your business. Now, when I'm talking about sponsoring 40 people, we are talking about business people. In other words, you're sponsoring, talking about the business and the product, obviously, too, but you're talking about the business here. This is really important, guys. Now, I'm not going to ask the question, or I'm expecting an answer, but how many people do you know in Isagenix that really do the 2 people per day? Are you one of them? Think about that. That means that you will be connecting with 40 people, and these are 40 people that you are sharing the story. In other words, they already seen some kind of information. Now, if you share the Isagenix story with 5 people per day for a total of 100 per month, you can sponsor between 10 to 20 people per month. This means that you will need between 2 to 4 months to sponsor 40. Now, I love what Anthony Robbins said. It's my hallucination. He used that word. My hallucination that if I go to everybody that is right now on this webinar, it will take me a little while. I don't think anybody has done this, to connect, to actually share the Isagenix story with 5 people per day. And you see, the more people you approach with the business, the faster you will sponsor those 40, and the quicker you will find the leaders. Now, let's talk about, we keep talking about numbers still. Now, this is the rule of thumb. For every 100 people that you approach and review the information, this in Isagenix, you may sponsor between 10 to 20, again, 10 to 20%, depending on the people that you're talking to. If you're, it's going to get to a point that the better you become, your percent start increasing. But let's talk about 10% in this case. That means that between, for every 20 people that you sponsor with the business, not product user, you will find 1 to 2 people. Actually, I did math wrong here. Would be between 2 to 4 people who will build a strong business. Oh, actually, this is right. For every people that you sponsor with the business, not product user, you will find 1 to 2 people who will build a strong business. Let me tell you why I have this number. Remember that we talk about 10% of the population, 5%, or 6.5% earn over $100,000. I assume that these are the top of the chain, the go-getters. That means that's about 5%. 5% of 20 is 1, but you can get as high as 2. 1 to 2 people. But to make sure that we are sponsoring a person or 2 leaders, we might mean that we might have to sponsor 40 people to get 2 leaders. Now, if, for example, you talk to 40 people about the business and you're on the call and you say, I sponsor 40 people and I talk about the business and nobody's a leader, maybe it could happen that in the next 40 you find 4. Because but the numbers eventually are going to work for you. But again, you have to show the business. This is really important. Now, some of you saw these numbers on the emails that I sent last week. I just get in a little deeper today. Now, how fast do you want to go? This is the plan. Simple. There are 90 days or 13 weeks to December 15. It is time to make a huge push. By the way, the week of December 15 is paid just before Christmas. It's why I love this. December 15, it's going to be paid the following week. That will be the 22nd. Actually, the 23rd. You are going to have that money deposited in your account, the 23rd, 2 days before Christmas. Now, and this is exactly in 13 weeks. If you do the next 90 days push consistently, I promise you that your result will be amazing and you will have even better holidays. Now, I don't know how much extra money you would like to have for the holidays. Now, let's assume that you already have the holiday bonus. Great, you already have some money getting there. It could be $500, could be $1,000, $2,000, I don't know. But let's put more money in the pocket. And if you are not a manager and you don't have anything for the holidays, it's time to put some money for the holidays. Now, first write your income goal. It's so important, guys. Write it down. We are going to talk a lot in other times and also in the calls that you're and the messages that you receive more about these things, but important. How much income you want to have. Now, what rank equals that income? you may say, well, how do I do that? Really simple. Let's suppose that your income is $3,000 divided by 54 is the value of the cycle, okay? And then it tells you how many cycles you need divided by 4, and that way you know how many weeks, and then it will tell you in one rank is. But anyway, one rank equals that income. Why do you want that money? It is important to write the reason. The more reasons, the better. Really important. The more reasons, the better. Now, let me go back because this is important. The more reasons, the better. I tell you because when you have very strong reasons, you can be successful in this business. You can create an incredible income, but you must have to be committed with your reason. Now, let's continue the plan. Regardless of your goal, this is what I feel it will get you there. Find or create at least 10 personal active consultants. In other words, become an executive. And if you are not, you're already an executive, well, it would be a good idea to create 10 more. Now you have 90 days to do this. 90 days. Get at least 2 new managers or above. The more managers you develop, your business is going to explode. That's what happened to all the people that have exploded in the business that have come from nowhere, like happened first when, obviously, when Lynn Hagedorn came, Lisa DeMaio started creating managers and start creating executives, etc. And then Lori Harder started doing the same thing. Kathy Savage is moving really quick in the charts. Why? Because it's creating all managers. We saw Alexis Romano coming from nowhere to earning 6 figures per month and becoming number 5 in the month of July in Isagenix. I mean, the reason is because they are doing this. And I'm going to show you later, I think you're interested in how to motivate your people to do this. This is what you want to do every day, 5 days a week in order to get this. You will expose as many people as you can to the Isagenix story. You should get a number. The ideal minimum is 5, like I told you before. But you should the number. The higher the number, the better. Okay, I hope you're copying this. By the way, this presentation, I'm going to send it to Alex tomorrow, and that way he can put it on how to get going next to the video of this presentation. Now let's continue with the plan. You will choose 1 to 2 hours per day to do this. You can split the hours into blocks of 15 minutes or more, as Eric Ward said at the convention. Now, this time is going to be, your goal is to expose just tools. You are going to be only prospecting here. You are going to be connecting, presenting, and follow-up. Also, add new people to your list of prospects daily. Last week, I gave the webinar on how to create prospects, and you can create new prospects all the time, every day. The first thing, how you're going to do it, prepare your story. Now, you have seen this before. This is a condensed version of the presentation that I show you, and I add one part because I think making it really more clear when you are presenting your story. Tell your story. This is very important. Fact tells, stories sell. Use the format that I taught before. Where you were before Isagenix, where you are right now. In other words, you don't have to be making a fortune, but that you say, okay, I feel great, I feel amazing, now I know what I can do, and then this is really important, where you are going. Let me tell you how important this is. Emily and her husband, I forgot their name, the last name right now, who? But anyway, they're in my group. They were in Isagenix for already a couple of years before they saw the business. And they said that when they start sharing with people where they were going, in other words, what they wanted to do, they wanted to get married. They didn't have money to get married before. And then when Isagenix got married, now, but anyway, get married, and he will say, her husband, at the time boyfriend, I'm going to buy a Mercedes, we are going to have a destination wedding in Florida, we are going to buy a home, etc. And then that was so motivational. When they were telling this to other people, they were not saying the facts, well, we have incredible products where we have incredible amino acids and we have all this whey protein from New Zealand, etc. You can lose a lot of weight. You're going to be more. No, they were talking about their dreams. Now, it's good to know those things when the person asks about the product. If you want to motivate people to build a business, that doesn't work. You have to talk about your dreams and then ask your prospect for their dreams. When you tell your dreams, you are you are giving permission to them to tell their story, and then you invite them to join you and go for theirs and your dreams together. This is so darn important. This is what has taken Alex Romano, Lynn Haggeron, and all the people have gone really quick in Isagenix to six-figure income per month income. It's because they are sharing their dreams and are telling the people, let's do it together. And I have an example here. Where you were before. Before I found this, I didn't know how I did not know how I could reach my goals, lose weight, make extra income, etc. You fill in the blanks, but make sure you have also the business there. Now I feel that I have a plan. I have lost X amount of pounds if you do pounds, or if you gain muscle, that too, or you feel more energy, and now I know what to do. And then you say, where are you going? I plan to buy a new home, travel to Europe with my family, give more money to charity, be in the best shape of my life, whatever way you want to talk to people. And then you say, if money and time were not a problem and you have all energy to enjoy it, what would you do? Where would you go? Where would you buy? And they invite to join you, saying, let's do it together. I know you and I can reach those goals by working together. And this motivates more than talking about the incredible ingredients that we have a product that grows telomeres like crazy, and then you're going to become a baby really quick. And by the way, I'm not making fun of what I'm saying, but about the products. What I'm saying is when you are talking about the products, you are not showing the dream and how they can reach the dream. That's the big difference with a person that's talking like crazy about the products and somebody that's talking about the business. And that's the difference between a grinder and a rock star. Let me tell you what a grinder. A grinder is a person that even may be working hard, talking to everybody. They say, I don't know, I cannot find leaders. The rock star is the person that talk about their dreams. It's the person that talk about his or her dreams and then ask people and give permission to them to share their dreams to go to the next level. Now, here's the plan. Hand out at least 10 Prosper magazines or microclass CDs per week, 2 per day. Now, if you don't have the Prosper magazine or microclass CD, make sure you get into Sound Concepts and isasellstools.com, isasellstools.com, and get those tools, because those tools are really powerful. And now some people say, I don't want to talk to anybody, but how many times you are talking to somebody and the person says, do you have something that you can hand me out, and you don't have anything? It's so good to have these tools, and they are great, amazing tools. Have at least 10 people per week to a day checking a movie. This is simple, really simple. And have at least 5 people at a home lunch party or one presentation per week. You may have to invite 20 to have those 5. Now, you have the tools to do this. And again, let me go back about the business. The business, this is a real business, and many people don't want to invest money on the business. All the things that appear on your screen right now, well, the website, Isamovie, is free. The launch party is $29, and you can buy 10 magazines for $49. That's less than $100 to have investing in tools for your business. And if you add the microclass, you can buy for, I think it's 20 for $10. I mean, 10 for $20, or you can get together with your team and buy 100 for $1 a piece, and then you can share with them. But anyway, guys, you can, for $100 or less, you have a lot of tools ready to build the business. Now, you can focus on one of the activities, like just the magazine, just the Isamovie, or home lunch party, or you can do a combination of all of them. Your goal is to have 25 or more people per week looking at Isagenix. That's 5 per day, 5 days a week. Now, I've been really strong on this, guys, because people again tell me, what is the secret to be successful? How can Alexis Romano went crazy and got to 6-figure income when last year she was struggling in a job? Yes, if you check her on Facebook last week, she was saying, just last year I was getting in a hurry in the morning just to go to a job, and now she doesn't have to do that. 6-figure in a month. She hit last month. Cool, the plan is there. Now, how to motivate your associates? First, well, I didn't put it here, but the first thing that you have to do, make sure that you also are doing the things that you are telling people to do. Really important. Now, when you have a new associate or an associate that you want to get into action, it could be a person that's been in Isagenix for a while, ask the following. If you have the money and time, what would you do? That sounds familiar. The same thing when you're talking to a prospect. doing what you're doing now, how long will it take you to do that? And the reason is because obviously they are not doing well. Okay, if I tell you how you can get all that, will you do it as long as it is possible? If I tell you how you can get all that, will you do it as long as it is possible? Or, okay, and this is why you continue. This is goal. I say our goal because I will work with you. The goal is to find 10 people who find their two. Sound familiar? That's your goal too. Their goal as soon as possible. Also, we will teach your new people to set the same goal and to how to do it. Are you with me? And by the way, at this point, I send the people to 5K in 5 weeks. But you see, this is really simple. You say, this is our goal because I'm going to be working with you. The goal is to find 10 people to find their two. You already know about his or her dreams. It's good that you tell also your dreams because in that way, he says, we are working together to reach our dreams. I tell them, this is your goal for the next 5 weeks. Let's find 10 people who find their two. Okay, let's go for your dreams. Here's the plan. Here is the plan. Let me see if you guess what the plan is. It is very simple. We connect, present, and follow up. Share your story at least 5 times a day, 5 days a week. Hand out at least 10 Prosper magazine or microclass CDs per week. Of course, we tell them to get the tools. Have at least 10 people per week, 2 a day, checking nice a movie. Have at least 5 people at home, lunch party, or create your own home party, or one-on-one presentation per week. You see, guys, it's the same thing that we are going to do. You create, this is duplication. And again, if you say, well, I don't have enough people to talk, make sure you check the webinar and how to get going that I did last week on how to create unlimited prospects. You can focus, as I said, when I'm talking to the person on one activity or a combination of all of them. Your goal is 25 people per week. Sound the same? I hope I'm clear. Let's go to the next one. Using social media. Social media has become one of my favorites. Post on your timeline in Facebook every other day, for example, your goals, you can say your goals, for example. And this is your goals. Remember, you're talking the goals to people. You are going to post them, like saying, next year I'm planning to quit my job to spend more time with my family or personal projects. Or you can say something, I'm going to be buying this car and post a picture. I'm going to have this charity, post a picture. Oops, let me go back because I'm going to stop here. This you can do every other day, or you can do it every day. Although the reason I say every other day because you are going to be posting other things every day that I'm going to show you in a second. But this is so important. When you start posting things, guys, how many times, for those of you that are on Facebook, people start commenting? This is cool. Also, post accomplishments, yours and others. This can be once every day. I got paid today 300 extra. This is an Isagenix. I'm on my way to, in a year, to leave my job and just leave it blank. People are going to like it or whatever. Or amazing, this mom has earned over $1 million. I'm glad I found the secret recipe. These are examples. As you know, we have the 90, I think it's the 96 millionaire, Jenny Illo, became the 96 millionaire. And when you read her interview, and by the way, this for you, make sure that you read all the time ISA FYI. All of you receive that email every week. I'm surprised when people say, I didn't know about this, and the information comes to your email all the time, unless you have blocking the email from Isagenix. And if you are, make sure you go to isafyi.com, and I show you to your learning later. But again, you keep posting. Also show pictures before and after. You don't have to say anything about Isagenix, just before and after. It says, just a comment. This is amazing. This is incredible. Or lost 40 pounds. Don't write like you're writing a soap opera. Also post inspirational message once or twice a day. As you saw a few minutes ago, when we started, I post an inspirational message. You can post it once or twice a day. The whole thing will take you no more than 50 minutes a day to do these things. The purpose of posting is to get people to comment, like it, and share your postings. Because now many people probably already in Isagenix, but the ones that are not in Isagenix, guess what? You're going to connect with them. When people do any of those things, then send a private. Yes, private. I was teaching this to some people a few months ago, and they start talking to the person on their own timeline or your own timeline. Other people are seeing what you were doing. No, you do a private message after they respond. And again, when they comment, like it, or share your post in any of those three things. A message asking them why do they like it, or what do they like about it. After they tell you why, ask them if money. You can. By the way, we have scripts on how to get going. But if I love to ask this one if we are talking about business. If money and this is when your dreams, by the way. When you're posting something about dreams or goal, financial goal, this is what you are going to ask. If money and time were not a problem and you have the energy to enjoy them, what thing would you like to do? Doing what you're doing now, how long will it take you to reach your dreams? I was there where you are now until a friend showed me a way. Would you like me to show you what I found out? That's it. You ask for permission. Really simple. Now, again, this is when you're posting dreams or anything that has to do with financial. We have a scripts in how to get going. It's called George Scripts, and I'm going to show it to you later, where you have a script for many situations. But this is usually when you're talking about financial. If they say yes, okay, here's my number. Can we talk now? You say, here's my number. Can we talk now? Because you want to show the number first. It will only take a few minutes. If you don't like what I'm going to show you, I will not mention it to you again unless you ask me. Is it fair? That's it. You want to make sure you take pressure from the person. If your prospect say, yes, what is your number? I will call you right away. And when you call, get them to the phone, get to the phone. That's you get to the phone, the person right away. Let me go back to this. That's it. And while you're going to talk, you are going to send people to a tool. Tell your short story using the format I told you before. You saw it at the beginning. Send them to a video, invite them to a lunch presentation, or hand them a tool if you are going to see them personally. In most cases, they are going to be long distance. Of course, you are going to send them a link to ISA video, ISA movie. This technique is very powerful, but you have to be posting consistently. Does it work? Again, Emily, who again, they didn't have money to get married last year. Since January, they earned multiple six figures, and they got married, and they went to Florida, and they, her husband bought the Mercedes that he has as a goal, and the reason is because they were consistent prospecting. And she said at the convention, for those of you that were there, 80% of the prospecting came through Facebook. That's a clue. Warning. This is very important. Make sure that you are talking to people every day besides Facebook. In other words, don't just forget about other things. You are using Facebook as one of your ways. And forget about all those distractions of Facebook, like gossip or games. Treat social media as a business tool. I don't play any games. I don't play a Farmville or Smallville or Tube-to-Ville or Gangster games or whatever. I receive invitations every day, and I don't do any of that because for me, social media is a communication tool. It's a way that I communicate with my family in South America, my friends all over the country, and also, and the most important, it's a business tool for me. Clear? Capiz? Like some people said. Now the body system, and this is, I'm going to close with this. One of the fastest ways to reach your goal is to have an accountability partner. Sometimes you might feel lonely when building. You might feel discouraged, and you may decide that to take a day off during the 5 days that you're supposed to be prospecting. If you have an accountability partner, then it is not easy to get away of not doing your task. Very important. Find an accountability partner like you, a person that wants to build the business. There are important points when you have a partner. Both of you must be doing the 90-day challenge, or in other words, set up 90-day goals. He or she has to be accountable to you too. It's not like you are going to be accountable to somebody and that person is not accountable to you. You have to be working together. Both of you must have your goals in writing and share them with each other. Really important. You must communicate on the phone daily, even if it is only for a few minutes. You never criticize each other. This is so important because you don't want to discourage somebody else. Saying that you must keep each other accountable for your actions, or for their actions, excuse me. Okay. Make sure you celebrate every victory, even if it is as small as adding some people to your list. Really simple, of course. If you sponsor somebody or gets a rank advancement, etc., still you're going to celebrate that as good. Okay. Well, let me stay here for a second. Okay. Okay. This is so important, guys. Many people, they want to fly solo, but I tell you, there's nothing like an accountability partner. Working together, and especially if the person is in your downline, you can work together to a goal. By the way, it is not necessary that the person is in your organization. It could be a parallel line if you have a good rapport with somebody else. But a downline person would be ideal, or your upline too. Now, the blueprint. In closing, you just got the blueprint in how to be on top of the top 2.6% of income earners in the nation, or even higher. Becoming an executive by having 10% active consultants in the next 90 days or 30 weeks. Learn how to tell your story to prospects. Learn how to motivate your associates. All that was covered tonight. You learn the daily action plan. Hand out at least 10 Prosper magazines or micro-close CDs per week, 2 per day. How to have at least 10 people per week to a day checking out a movie. Have at least 5 people at home lunch parties or one-on-one presentations. Follow up with your upline. You learn how to post on social media, how to talk to people who like, comment, or share your post. You learn how to get them on the phone. You learn how to work with an accountability partner. Last week, you learned how to have unlimited flow of prospects. Now the ball is in your court. Success can be yours if you make it yours by going into action. And you saw the system is really simple. Don't break it. And guys, I know what you can do with this system. I know many of you that are right now on the line, and I see some of your names. I know you very well, and I know that you can be so darn successful because you have been successful in other businesses and in other endeavors. And for those of you that have not been successful, guys, this is the ticket to create an incredible future. I love what we have in Isagenix today, and let me go just to see if anybody comment or something like that. How do you do this? Oh, here. Let me refresh. Okay. You see, I have 6 people, a total of 6 people there. 6 people that so far have looked at my information. Now, look at this, so interesting. One friend, another friend, another friend. This person is not my friend, and she saw mine. This person has to be my friend. Another person has to be my friend. I mean, the 3 people that are not my friend. Another one has to be my friend. This is really interesting. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people that are not friends. I don't know how many of the people here in Isagenix. I know, by the way, and I'm not going to say who is there, but here, one of them is a top leader in the network marketing industry. He broke records when sponsoring over 1,000 people, and he's not in Isagenix, another company. Obviously, I'm going to connect with him. I'm sure there are a couple of people that recognize his name because they were in that company too. And I can, even I cannot see their face. I can see the smile of Tracy Larson and Alex Cokin. You recognize somebody there, no? I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're surprised. I'm surprised.
He sponsored over 1,000 people in that company in a period of only 3 years. But anyway, I'm surprised to it. I've not seen him anything in a long time. But guys,
this is powerful.
Yeah, this is powerful. Now, I'm sure you have some questions, and probably I came a little strong today, guys, but it's because we have an amazing opportunity, and I include myself. We are wasting the opportunity to go higher, to use our potential, because Isagenix is going to be one of the top companies in the planet. I was in Phoenix 3 weeks ago when a top leader was visiting Isagenix, checking the company. And I was in a meeting, and we were having a meeting. In this case, was Jim Coburg, Kevin Adams, and I forgot his name right now off the top of my head, but the person in charge of international. And the guy that was there say, "Oh, I can see that you're going to become a $1 billion company a year." And they say, $1 billion a year? No, we are going to play with the big boys. We are going to be a multi-billion-dollar company. And that means that the company is going to be paid in billions of commissions every year when we get into the multi-billion-dollar companies, guys. It's a great opportunity. We have the best product, the best business. And I know exaggerating, it's not hype. Really, when you start checking really deep our products, you know why we say that. Our pay plan is the simplest one. The management team, guys, I've never seen that kind of management team. And it's why when I see the opportunity that we have and sometimes how we waste time complaining or not doing anything, holy cow, that made me really upset because I sometimes fall in the same wagon. But anyway, guys, I know, Alex, people have some questions, and you tell me, yeah, we are at 10 minutes over the hour, but I'm sure people have some questions. As a matter of fact, I think there are some questions coming in. It's just that I don't see the question. I know that there are questions, but that's it.
Yeah, George, actually, most of them are actually just comments about how they actually feel the excitement, and I can speak for myself on this point here. Last time I saw you as excited, I haven't seen you as excited in a long time about the business, and last time you were as excited. Many on our team doubled the size of their business within a 90-day period, and now we have that chance. And we did that without the extra bonuses that are available now. So I think doubling our business might be even conservative. In 90 days here, we can truly go much higher. And what happened to Alexis Romano is absolutely amazing. Within a year, she went to be number 5 in the whole company.
Yeah, and 1 year ago, she had a job. She was not even a one-star golden circle. And now she, imagine, breaking the 6-figure per month. Not per year, per month.
Yeah, the possibilities are definitely there. They're endless. And from the comments.
And again, people say, what is the secret? Well, you happen to watch The Secret today or tonight. The secret.
Yeah. Yeah. And talking about secrets, George, we have one question about Facebook. And the question is, do you manage a Facebook page and a Facebook profile?
A fan page, I assume. No. I have a fan page, but I have not used it because you don't have the need, because remember, you're posting stuff, personal development stuff, etc. The problem with a fan page that you cannot initiate messages. You have to wait for them to initiate the messages with you. That doesn't happen with a profile. Doesn't have that limitation. It's good to have it in the long term, maybe. I've been working on mine for over a year and a half, and I have not published it yet. But I tell you, when you look at the people that are successful in Isagenix that built using Facebook, they didn't use the fan page. They were using the profile. And the reason is because the profile is where you're connecting with more people one-on-one. Now, I don't say that it's bad to create a fan page. Probably it's good, but anybody that's right now, and I cannot see all the names, but I could bet that nobody that's need a fan page. Jimmy Smith doesn't have a fan page. Many people that are successful using Facebook, they don't have a fan page. They just use the profile. Now, the only time that we recommend a fan page, as soon as you start breaking into the 5,000 friends, because you cannot have more than that. And even that, you can have followers. I have, I think it's 4,600 friends. I don't know if you remember, but let me check. 4,549. And then I have, I don't remember the followers. I think I have about 1,000 followers. And still, I have not opened the fan page. I don't even remember where to see the followers. I know it's somewhere around here. But anyway, but this is an amazing business. And I think I have a new. Let's see. I have Nine, what? It's nine so far. 9 people that check. But anyway, guys, really, really, really powerful business, and you don't need a fan page again. And you can, by the way, put this message. If you have a Twitter account, you do the same thing. You put this message on Twitter and do exactly the same. Just tweet the thing around. Excuse me. Oh, I don't know why I got that. All right. Any other questions?
Yeah, actually, one of the questions is actually if you're gonna post the link to this presentation and send an email.
Well, usually I don't send the email. You can go to howtogetgoing.com. As a matter of fact, let me go to howtogetgoing.com and I'm going to show you how to get it. Let me go to, oh, by the way, inspirational, you see how I got inspirational. You can get it from very easy by Googling it. Anyway, how to get going. I'm really going to how to get going. And you see where it says webinars, open a window, go to the bottom where it says past webinar replay, click there, and here is the webinar about unlimited prospects. I click on here, and then you can watch it. But this one, we are going to make sure. Oh, okay, let me stop. It's going to have also the download link where you can actually download the pages that I just showed you. Also, let me go again to home. You see, this is the how to get going. Go all the way down, and then George scripts. You're going to find it here where it reads essential guides. You click on George scripts, and then you're going to find several scripts here. The dream script that I talk about, asking friends related with health or related to business, talking to people that never been in network marketing or people that are in network marketing is really cool. Really
yeah,
simple.
and George, let me just add that not only can you get to the webinars, the recent webinars, by just going to that webinar and then looking for the archived webinars. If you look at the recent posts towards the top of the page on the right next to that picture, you will see, the latest webinars as well.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah, you see here is unlimited webinars and etc. And then always in front of you have connect, present, follow up, because this is what we do every day. The system is really simple, guys. It's really, really simple. And I'm going to leave it on the screen for a second while. But also, but if anybody has more questions. Look here, right fast. Okay, right here.
and actually,
This is the way I motivate people to. Go ahead.
the question was whether we would be sending an email when it's posted. And the answer is actually we don't want to flood people with emails, but every Tuesday evening, in general, if there's no technical difficulties, we should have always the prior Mondays, the prior days webinar
I would
posted.
say to put it to
So,
Wednesday. Now, the webinar link is going to be also posted in the different groups that I have access to on the
on
internet,
Facebook.
on
Yeah.
Facebook. And also probably I'm going to start putting it on my profile. I'm not sure. I've been playing with the idea to put it on my profile now. Any other questions?
No, that actually, let's see. Yeah, and there's Chad is actually uh, offering to help also by posting it on the ISA Income group and so on. So word
Yeah,
of mouth,
yeah.
guys.
Usually I do it there. And ISA Income, by the way, ISA Income group is a great place to be. There's a lot of activity there. There are a few thousand. The same that is a business, Isagenix Business, a group. Those two are really good for business. These are not the groups where you are going to ask, oh, my friend of mine didn't like the taste. No, that's not. That's where you see how people build the business, how the people build empire, and talk about money. Of course, once in a while there's somebody that is misplacing the question. Hey, I just talked to somebody that smelled the energy drink and he didn't like it. Who cares? We are building a business. Just drink it for the heck. It is good for you.
Well, you know what? Now that you mentioned that, George, when we started, the flavors of most products were nowhere near where they are nowadays. So we definitely have, and you can maybe mention a little bit about how much money Isagenix has invested actually in perfecting the flavors of
Yeah.
our
Well,
products.
I see many nutritional companies, and here in Utah there are tons of them because there are tons of network marketing and also private label companies. And I don't know of any company. I'm sure there have to be some company that they hire a flavor scientist like we do.
Yeah.
Well, Jimmy said he'll drink vinegar for the kind of money he makes.
Hey Tracy, how are you?
Good.
Okay. Tracy,
Hello.
do you have any comments also, by the way, about tonight?
Well, what I've been dealing with, just a lot of people want to know how to do Facebook, how to do normal prospecting. It's not rocket science. The
No.
most important element in the whole thing is just doing it. And I bring up John Wright. And I watch John day in and day out. He's on Facebook. He's bringing people to the table. He's building a group. He's making money.
Yeah, you want to know who is John Wright, by the way? That he's here doing his presentation. This is the
Well,
guy using the screen standing. He was doing a presentation in his home. He goes to 3 launch party presentations every week. This is the one in where he lives, and then he has another one on Wednesday, and then that he goes. He's not the host, and the one that we have on Tuesday. He brings people. Tracy, I think he brings people basically almost every meeting. No?
he does. And the bottom line is, these people that are coming brand new into the company don't know anything about network marketing or getting on Facebook, making friends, getting them to a presentation and sponsoring people. It's not a big secret. It's not rocket science. The most important element is just doing it.
Yeah.
Period.
One of the things, John, just to give you a short background on him, he's a music teacher, and he tried network marketing like crazy with so many companies. He didn't have any success. I think the most people that he had in company were 5 people or something like that. And as you see on the right side, he just broke the 150 people mark. His goal is to have 1,000 in the next 5 months. I would not be surprised because a lot of great people are coming under him. Great people. And when we say great people, and we have met some of them. And he's not afraid to talk to anybody. A very brilliant music teacher, but like most music people, they don't make too much money. And that's why he was looking for another way to create an income.
And he has no fear. People prejudge and, oh, I shouldn't talk to that person because they make a lot of money, or this person has too much status. He brings them all, and he signs them up.
Yeah, I have let's see if I can do it. Oh, let me see if I can. Oh, that's not working. I just wanted to show you something that's really cool, but I think it's not working. Oh yeah, it's working. You see here where I'm marking? That's his dream board with all his goals. How many of you have a dream board with all your goals? Yeah, this here the whiteboard where we eventually explain the U plus 2, then plus 2. He's ready for business. Are you doing this? Make sure that you are. I know some days you are going to have a lot of people, some days you're not going to have anybody in the meeting. The thing is going into action. Oh, by the way, and one more thing that I want to show. This is so cool too. I don't know if we can get to see this, but you see he has like a tag. That tag is $500 million. Together we can. He has it with him, and people ask him, what is that? And guess what? That's another way that he's prospecting. Again, he's not afraid of anything. It's not that we cannot see it, but this is the tag. I don't know if there's a way to make it closer, but I think it would distort. We will not see it. But that's his tag. 500 million together we can. This was the tag that we we're giving at the convention. Really cool.
Well,
It's just the simple steps that he's doing. He just does it. He follows directions and does exactly what he's supposed to do.
he does the
And
business the right way.
This consistency, that's all it is.
Yep. But anyway, I don't know if any question or comment. I'm really excited, guys. Like you said, simple. Make sure you watch this again and print out the pages as soon as it's posted. And also last week a webinar on how to prospect, how to have an unlimited. Here it is. Okay, how to have unlimited prospects, because I went through a lot of ways to how to get prospects, and most of them, except one, most of them were not Facebook. Although I talk about Facebook also, another way to get people into Facebook, how to get into groups, etc. And by the way, I have a comment on one of the pages. I don't know which group it is, but a comment, a woman that she said that she learned more. It's funny when she said, I learned more in that little part that George talked about Facebook, and these were the last 10 minutes of that presentation, that I learned in a training that I paid hundreds of dollars. That was full of pay. And I was of course, excited that she said that. But anyway, the reason is because I distill all the great information that I learned and put it into simple words, things that you can use right away.
Well, great. George, we do have to cut this short. I'm running out of space for the recording here.
Oh,
so I want to thank you, George. I want to thank also Tracy for joining us. And
can I say something before you close?
Sure.
Really quick?
Go ahead.
You can stop recording anyway. Alex, yeah, I have to give it to you, because thanks to Alex, we have this Monday webinar every Monday, and he's the one that posted on this website that you see was created by Alex and designed by Alex. I mean, he has done a lot to be able to have this tool. And the other thing that I want to tell you, remember, it's 90 days to convention. Never mind, I didn't say convention. 90 days to December 15th. And again, December 15th is the week that it's going to be paid before Christmas. And it would be cool to have a nice check. And many of you, instead of getting your money, your credit card to use on Christmas, you just use the extra money that you are going to be earning from now into the next 13 weeks or 90 days. Okay, guys, I think that's it.